Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Certified Male Podcast. It's your boy Anthony and no, not Carmelo.
And it's your boy Tati, aka Mr. Slow Stickum himself.
And you guessed it, it's your boy Jay, aka Mr. Light Skin Keith Sweat.
Yes, sir. And it's your boy Drew. And we back on this podcast where we'll be addressing all topics of life as we deliver our unbiased, unfiltered 2 cents on everything discussion worthy. You've got me. This episode is for chefs and cooks only. If you can't handle the heat, please find your way up out this kitchen.
Yeah, man, let's jump right into it, man. We appreciate all the love we received on the first episode. So we had to double back and drop this one. This is an interesting topic, and we talking relationships.
Yeah, man, relationships always a sensitive topic, and I feel like everybody try to be gurus. So here on this episode, we ain't gonna give you a guru perspective. We gonna give you our perspective.
Hey man, the kitchen hot, so we're gonna get right to it. Can men and women be friends?
It depends on how you doing. I mean, some people be having the wrong intentions. I ain't even gonna lie, but a real genuine friendship, yeah, you could be friends. Just keep that shit genuine. That's your friend. That's your friend. But I feel like it's definitely possible.
Now, yeah, I definitely agree. I think it obviously it's intention based, but men and women can definitely be friends. It's I feel like it's a learning curve type of friendship.
I say yeah. Yeah. Depends on how y'all come into it. Depending on even if y'all had something going on before.
Yeah, I agree with everything y'all said. But to me, it depends on how the relationship or the friendship was formed. If we coming from we just broke up and now we friends and all that, and no.
Man, I feel like some people be trying to be slick. Like your intentions before you even do anything with that person. Like you know how many times you done made friends with a female and you ain't never think like, yeah, I think I like this woman. I might just, I'm gonna be her friend just because. Like, your intentions before you do anything.
Well, I mean, I go to I'm in college and being in a study of field where it's like 80% women. I definitely feel like men and women could be friends. It's a I feel like a man and a woman friendship is a working friendship. Y'all can vibe, talk. They give you they 2 cents from a or perspective from a woman's standpoint. You give them yours from you know a male standpoint.
With me going to a Hollywood institution and being in skincare with a bunch of females. And I had like 3, 4, 5 of female, just not but female friends. So for me, it's like, what would I do, or how would I do, or if I want to do something with them. But 9 times out of 10, like majority of them do come up to me and just be honest. Let's just say that they just be very honest with themselves.
So the real question is that a friend or that's just an associate? Because there's a difference between friends and associates. A friend, somebody you've been around years, been through things with and stuff like that. Associate, somebody you just met, and anything is possible.
Well, I mean, in that case, then I feel like that kind of have some temptation with it. You talking about an associate, somebody you just met. It goes back to the intentions. Like you just met this person, but y'all just met as coworkers. Okay, yeah, it's easy for me to be friends with you a coworker. And most of the time, bro, females be goofy. They be trying to be funny and stuff. They got a sense of humor, so it's easy for you to just crack a joke and really not even look at her like I like her. Like honestly, I just think she's funny.
No, yeah, I definitely agree with that. Women funny like they're like you said, Tati. They outspoken. they gonna let you know. They gonna let you know what it is and what it
For sure.
ain't. So I definitely think, hey, there's nothing wrong with men and women being friends. I mean, as long as you like you said, as long as you handle your business and carry it out the right way.
And being friends with these females is like a very good insight on their side of things, or how they decide whether or not they are friends with them or not.
Yeah, if you do the friendship thing the right way, it should come off as somebody you can talk to. Like if you're going through something with a girl You can lean on her for support or advice. So tell them the situation, how would they respond.
So like, all right, let me ask you something then. Can you allow your female, like let's say you in your relationship, can you allow your female to have friends? And then I got another question after that because I feel like I know your answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so like to what extent? So what if she say, okay, I got a coworker friend, and I want him to come over and we're gonna have dinner. You just want to, I'm just gonna have dinner. Sometimes when you're not even there, he's probably walking out your house from just dropping off some pie or something.
So I'm gonna respond to that question like I'm a secure dude. I'm not an insecure person. So knowing that the friendship is what it should be, and trusting my woman, my girl, whoever she is, to put my best thought forward when she's doing things, I'm going to trust in her, ensure her that she's doing the right thing.
Well, for me, on the other hand, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Ain't no male gonna be in my house at a certain time, even if it's in the afternoon. I feel like that's very close bonding vibes, like giving off of, oh, I'm the man that gonna be there when you need a shoulder to cry on.
Yeah, like they could go, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they want to go hang out with their friends and go get some drinks or whatnot. Cool, that's fine. But yeah, like your home is that's your safe haven, that's your safe space. That's you.
I feel that. I feel that. Um, I mean, I feel like you could have your friends, but bruh, it's a limit to like the lateness, like what Tachi said just now. Like it's your coworker or your friend hitting you up at certain times of the night for what? What you talking about? Like what you need her to do? Like sometimes it'll be light stuff. Like let's say he'll hit her up saying, "Hey, I'm drunk. Can you call me a Uber or something?" Like that. Like, all right, bro. Why you even feel like you could call my lady this late asking for an Uber? Like, bro, you ain't got nothing better to do. You ain't got nobody else you could call. Like me, I'll be like, I won't make a big deal of it. Of course not. Like, I ain't finna talk to my old lady about it. There ain't nothing to talk about. But it's like, bro, that's like, just know your place, bro. And I put my trust in her, so I know ain't nothing gonna go left. But, bro, I peep you.
Hey, now that you say that, it do make a good point. There should, in the instinct that your girl does have opposite sex friends, there should be some guidelines, some restrictions in place where you don't um you don't feel disrespected in the relationship, and trying to make you not making her feel like you're trying to control her friendships. So like y'all said, there should be a time frame where they can't talk on the phone, times where they can hang out, and who they hang out with, things they do. Like you're not controlling them. You're just putting restrictions on what they can do to make you feel comfortable, and making sure it stays strictly a friendship.
For me, it's like a respect boundary. Like, so in relationship with me, it's like I'm big on respect, very big on respect. So just like Jay was saying, or I said a few seconds ago, time frame. It's just like a common sense thing. Like I shouldn't have to tell you, or you shouldn't have to tell me that this person or that person should be at here, or this person or that person should be texting you at this certain time of night. Just have the common decency to give me that respect, because I'm going to give you that.
Exactly. And I give you that space, I ain't gonna be all up under your back. Like, you got morning stuff, you want to go grab a coffee and they over there, okay, yeah, go grab that coffee. I know how it is. I know how the mornings work. Like, I don't need you to be 100%. It's okay for you to have friends. It's okay for you to have friends and go do you. Like, I want you to have a life outside of
Nothing
me.
wrong with
It
that.
should be it should be simple for you to have a life outside of me.
And that part is important in a healthy relationship. Knowing that your girl has somebody else to conversate with, to spend her time with, not male wise, but friendship wise, is very important. Because once all they know is you, all they want to be under you all the time. They want to be everything you do. They want what you're doing, who you with, and that's not healthy for a relationship.
Relationship and like men don't like that, man. But I'm gonna be real, just to double back right quick. Man, look, my shorty can't go nowhere with no man alone. God, listen, they could be friends, they could text, they could chop it up, but you're not finna. I'm about to go hang. I'm about to go get drinks with Drew. Hell no, I'm straight on that.
So no one-on-one time, pretty much.
Nah,
I agree with that. I agree with that because that's one-on-one time is it's a sign. It's in mentally it's a sign like okay something can happen. Like for the dude, I'm speaking from the dude perspective. As a dude, if I can take uh, a girl who's in a relationship out to dinner, out to eat, I know there's room for me in case of.
True.
So like, all right. So let me ask you something then, since we on that. So like, it's okay for her to have friends and do this and that, to an extent. But like, what do you think is worse, an emotional bond or just a physical bond?
Mm.
hold on, ask it one more time. Let me. I got to get my mind right.
All right. So you're from our perspective, from a male, your lady has friends, this and that. I just heard what Jay said about limits and stuff like that. So what do you think is worse, an emotional bond, like if your lady was to have that, an emotional bond or a physical bond?
Oh, emotional all day.
Definitely emotional
Same here.
because simply for the fact that women move, react. Women life is based off emotions. So everything they do is off of emotions. So they're gonna react off of emotions. So if they had that emotional bond with somebody else, back to what I said earlier, there is room for that person in case of.
And females just don't do like us males. We do everything without emotion. So it's like we can, how I say this, we can hit this person and be like, yeah, ain't no feelings. But a female on the other hand, will have to have some type of connection or feeling to do the same thing that we did in order to feel some type of way.
Simply for the fact because they don't move like that.
Yeah, I feel like women not the they ain't really the physical like people, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's men. Men is the ones who, we care about emotions and stuff too, but men just more more physical. That's just in our nature.
And like picking back off what Jalen said with the emotion and stuff, like being able to like do things and not have nothing to it. It's like, yeah, most males can probably do something and not have nothing there. Most of them. But a female, it's like you liked him. You laid down with him. You like that
Oh yeah,
man.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you
yeah,
ain't
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
you ain't just pick him out that crop because whatever.
Now some of them might.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Some of them are like that. Some women think and react like dudes,
But most of them leave by their heart though. They leave with their heart first, then mental.
which is true.
But like for a female, like what all they have to look at, like for you to choose your man, like you would look at him, you would size his whole body, like everything got to be a go for you. Sometimes maybe it's just the face. For a man, we literally just got to see body sometimes. Like most men, like they will disregard your whole face. You could look like Freddy Krueger. If you got, you got something back there, he in there.
Well, I somewhat agree with that. I met a woman who I thought was gonna be a one night stand, but it ended up happening where we having a conversation and we took the time to get to know. And for us to even go out on a date type of thing, she had to get the background on me. What I do for a living. Do I have kids? Do I live in do I got my own car, house, things like that.
And speaking on that, I would say I had an engagement with that before, based off of the fact that the woman that I attract and the woman that I seek are two totally.
Amen.
Oh, that's deep.
Amen. That boy
Amen.
said, you know how many people said amen to that behind you, behind this camera.
Like the ones that I attract be the ones that's down the bus. If you know, you know. And the ones that come on to me or the ones that I look for be the ones that like the, how I say, speak, talk, have communication. Everything's all not always sexual. willing to upgrade me. I would say, even help me on these podcasts, give me some type of ideas, things like that, or how to further myself into life, how to expand on what I'm trying to do currently in my life situation. That for me, you will always have my attention because it's something different and it's not the common things that I always used to.
Hey, and I can agree with that because personally, I know personally everybody on this podcast, and I know we all been through a situation like that where we a girl that we will attract is a total opposite of what we go after.
True.
Um, for instance, like for for me personally, education is big. I know I keep saying personal because this is a topic for me that I couldn't wait to talk about. But
Same
but
here.
me personally, I go for the educated, the ones who know exactly what they want, um, who not I wouldn't say confused, but who's in between.
Got a head on their shoulder.
Yeah, pretty much. You got a good head on your shoulder, so that's where I want to be at. I have no problem. I have no problem with the opposite, but that my preference. That's just my preference.
Yeah, she gotta have a good head on her shoulders. I mean, you know how unattractive it is when you looking at a decent looking female or even a bad female, and like you go talk to her and she sound so like out of it, like not what you expected. Like she wasn't as good looking inside as she was on the outside. Like, and that's a turn off, bro. Like we don't grew up. You don't look at looks all the time no more. Like for you to actually settle down and make a man really want to like settle down with you, it take more than just your looks. You gotta have brains. Like you gotta have like something. It can't just be looks.
At the bare minimum, common sense.
Common sense.
Yeah. You don't have to have an education. You just got to be educated.
Yeah, you just gotta be educated. Just have brains. Like you like most people, they don't even go to school and stuff, and they still smart. Like you don't got to be edgy. You just have brains, common sense, like you said. Carry yourself well.
Hey, I'm gonna hit you with a fact, really quick. There's 11 women to every one male, right? So as males go throughout the world trying to pick their wife or the one for them, it's like an interview. You interviewing sometimes 11 girls to see, okay, she got this feature, but she missing this, or this one got everything I need, but she missing this one thing. It's always you're never gonna find that one girl with everything that you want. You gotta you gotta find that one standard or that one characteristic that you're willing to sacrifice or compromise on.
That's true.
Yeah, and I agree, bro. Like it's like an interview, but it's like when you lock in on that one person, like like all right, you gonna go through your interview, but you know who you locking in on. Like you gonna do what you want to do, but you know who you locking in on. And when you lock in with that person, they know, all right, I ain't even interviewing no more.
It's funny. It's funny how you say that though. It's really funny how you say that 1 to 11. Because if you put in like a pie graph, let's say 100% is males, correct? Chop that into half because half of that are the LBG. So now it's like 50% of males, correct?
True. No,
Straight,
yeah,
straight males,
yeah,
50%. So that 1 to 11 may be like 1 to 30 now.
correct.
So now that 1 to 30 for the 50% of males, let's chop down the ones that the females don't talk to. Let's say that the 9 to 5s, the stay at homes, or
Would they stay with
how
their
I say,
mama? Ain't got a car, ain't got a
yeah,
house.
yeah.
Things that women look for.
Okay, so you chop that 50 to 25% now. Now you really pushing 1 to 50, 1 to 75.
Hey, listen, keep going, boy. You talking, boy.
Y'all boys enjoying that number increase.
Now we at 25%, right? We only left with a few hand picking for the females. So now every female always choose that 1%ers, which are the $100,000 makers or entrepreneurs. Or they know that you have your own business. So it's only so much males that make 100,000 and up. So basically the percent is down to like 10%. And that's ones that work a job for 100,000 and the other 5 is entrepreneurs.
I can agree with you, but I kind of disagree because I understand what you're trying to get at with the factors of women choosing men and your pie chart I 100% agree with. But with the women choosing and the fact that they used to choose, I'll take the amount and bring it down. You was too high with the now. You at 100, I'll bring it down 50, 60 around that number. But you was correct. You was with a lot of things. Women, they know what we go through. They know what's going on. They know like the LGBTQ community exists. So they know they can't get them. So now, like you said, with the numbers, we our numbers for males, females per male has increased. So now you like you said, take out the people with the job. I mean, with the that stay with their mom. They ain't got no car, but some of those still win. Some of those people with no cars, stay with their mom, they still win. So we're gonna add. So some of the factors that you said was right, but there's special circumstances where those are the guys that get chosen.
I feel like a majority of women also like the alpha males.
That goes back on what Jay was saying though. They have their pickings. Some may want the stay at home dads.
That's true. That's true. Especially if it's some women be on their stuff, so they need somebody to hold the fort down.
I'm gonna go back to Drew with the interview process. We know, like he said, we know who we want to lock in with, but it's probably the process that's putting us to interview everybody. So say for instance, I talk to a girl right now. We're still talking. I haven't taken her on a date or anything. So I'm still interviewing everybody else. But I know I want her. But in her mind, she wants me. But I still have things to prove to her. So like I gotta prove her that I'm educated, or I gotta prove her the way that I move throughout life, how I handle different situations. Like people say, the different seasons. She want to experience me when I'm broke, when I got money, when I'm happy, when I'm depressed. She needs to see that in order for her to choose me too.
Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely more than just emotions. They got to see if they want to have a family with this person. A lot of the times, man, people don't really understand. Relationships is a lot of emotion, but it's also like you said, that interview process. You weighing out the pros and the cons. Like, okay, he do this, I like that. He handle his business, that's good. But the con might be he don't help around the house. Yeah, I feel what you're saying on that.
And based off the application part, I would say people in the beginning stages when they introduce themselves, they give you like they going on a job interview. Like you can't expect nothing less from someone who you're
They
first
give you the
speaking
best
with.
version of them.
They give you the best version of them. Like one of them, like just like you was explaining to Jay, like in order for you to pick someone, you have to see them through all their bad stages, like they're broke, they're bad, they're down bad, the sadness. Uh, but most of the time, people just bring the best of them when they first meeting you.
Sometimes some women choose um, men for the wrong features or the wrong factors of in their standards, and they choose to sacrifice the wrong standard, which causes the relationship not to be what they thought it would.
And what is that?
You know how people have that thought of, okay, this guy has this feature. He's cute. He has a nice smile, has a nice job. He has a relationship with God, but they ignore the red flags that shouldn't be ignored, and the relationship ultimately fails.
Yeah, I think what you're trying to say is they fall in love with the potential. I think they fall in love with the potential. They don't really like look at him for what he is for real. They like, okay, what he can be. And then sometimes he never turned out that way. So like you're stuck with what you thought, you know, and it was a pipe dream. And that's how most of the time it kind of go left.
No, and vice versa. Same thing. We do the same thing. We sometimes we fall for that one who's the cutest, who has the best body, and ignore her red flags. And then now we at a point where we want to turn around or turn away from the relationship, but now is we just in too deep.
The tricky thing is nowadays, like them red flags you talking about, they look at it like it's toxic. And for some reason, people like that toxic shit, bro. Like some people just really tend to like that toxic stuff. They feel like this is how it's supposed to be. You know how many females I done seen, you know, like they'll be like, oh, you know, I want him to put his hands on me. I want him to do this. I want him to do that. And it's like, okay, you know, you like that toxic energy. Like it's cool, you know, it turns you on, but it's toxic, just so you know.
I mean, another reason I think relationships fail. I mean, some people just it don't necessarily got to be, oh, such and such fell in love with the potential, or you know, because as humans, as you know, we changing every day. So I don't really. I think expectations are one of the reasons relationships fail. Because when you put expectations on stuff and it don't go how you expect it, then you feel like, like, oh dang, this didn't happen, so you automatically assume it's something negative. And I think that's expectations is a big key of why relationships fail.
I always tell myself expectation leads to disappointment.
Hey, that's facts right there, brother.
Piggybacking off of what Drew and Ant said, potential is a big one. Expectations is another big one. But there's another one that we don't speak about, and it's social media. Social media shows, especially celebrities, we try to base our relationship off of what we see the celebrities get from their significant other, whether it's male or female, um, and then that causes us to lose that or change the reason why we initially got into this relationship. So
Hmm.
like Ant said, we change every day, and instead of trying to keep up with the changes and constantly chasing your significant other, we're going to the, well, he ain't doing this, so I ain't doing that.
Hmm. People get jealous quick too, man. They see their friend got that hundred roses bouquet, and they like, well, dang, why my man ain't doing that? Instead of appreciating the stuff that they man actually do.
Well, for me, on a relationship status, looking at social media, uh, I use that as drive or motivation. I feel like if I see someone can do it, why can't I do it? I don't try to compare myself,
Comparison is a joy killer.
but I just use it as motivation.
I feel like some people like, you know, especially in relationships, they'll use it for the wrong things. Like you trying to post, you go on a date with this man and you got to post every move. You got to post this and that. Like enjoy that man and enjoy his company. Like you paying too much
Hmm.
mind to social media. You forgetting all the points. He's probably talking to you right now, telling you about his life, and you missing it because you trying to post this man talking about it, or you trying to record this going on. Like enjoy him. Find a way to, you know, like him and get to know him, and vice versa too. Like don't be posting every move, dog. Like get to know that person. Sit there, talk to him. A date is a date. It's supposed to be really a date. Don't make it be a photo shoot.
We really big on opinions though, and that's why they post their or we post our foods before we eat, or we give a little snippet of where we're at, which that may be a bad case. My concern is we shouldn't be using social media if we going out. Like I want to have a genuine time with you. I want to have some quality time with you. That's my love language, quality time, physical touch. Now that I'm in skincare and massage.
Yeah, quality time is important, man. That's another thing. That's another reason I feel like relationships fail too. Everybody stop on. I feel like dates aren't as big as they used to be. Because once you stop dating, then it's kind of like, what we doing?
Like when I go out with my old lady, like I try to keep it like, you know, old school. We gonna put the phones down. Both of us be on that. Like we gonna put our phones down and actually talk to each other. We ain't gonna talk to each other, fine. We just gonna look. and hope we see what we about to say or something like that. But the phones, like, we gonna put that down because we don't need nobody in our business, and we don't need to be in nobody's business. It's just us two. We enjoying each other time, and I feel like that helps with the bond. That helps with the communication and everything.
Going on a date, going out, it's okay to snap a few pictures in the beginning part, but once social media took the actual meaning of dating away from it, we're going on a date. We're going to date to talk. We're going to conversate about what's coming up, how I can love you better, things like that. These nowadays, I just seen a picture on social media. It was like two people on a date, and both of them were just looking at their phone. Like, we just here to eat. Is that what we're here for? Or we're here to talk about how we can make things better, change things up to make our love life better.
I have a quote. It says, "A relationship is more than finding the right person. It's also about being the right person."
And if we're constantly losing the thought and the standards of a right person and being that right person, we'll forever lose the meaning of love.
Hmm. Like, how you gonna expect the best out of somebody and you can't give them your best self?
Correct. Speaking of love language, what's y'all love language?
Mine is definitely quality time. I mean, quality time. That's what it matters in the end. Like I tell everybody, you when it's time for you to go on in the afterlife, man, you leave this earth with memories. So I feel like quality time is important.
Recently, mine's changed. Mine was quality time at first, but now my love language is physical touch. I have to touch you.
Bro, see, I gotta feel that.
You hear them?
For me, it goes back to what Ant said: quality time. I could sit in the crib all day with you. We could
That's it. Yeah.
sit here and we could binge watch. We could play cards. Man, we could do whatever. Do the dumbest TikToks you want to do. All of the videos you want. We could do all that. I could sit there and do that as long as we spending quality time. I don't need you to get me nothing. You ain't got to buy me nothing materialistic stuff. I don't need none of that.
Don't need it.
Spend some quality time with me. Show me you can spend some quality time with me, the person I am, and that's it. You got me locked in.
Nah, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Mine's is quality time and physical touch. I'm a toucher. I like to hug. I like to grab you randomly, hold you random. Like, I'm a lover boy. So I do these things randomly, but quality time, I like to lay up and watch TVs, cuddle, get snuggly and stuff. When it gets cold, get up under me. I like to touch. So
Um,
it is it.
Yeah, that boy's killing me with that touch. I gotta touch you,
uh,
straight up.
Some people scared to even explore their love language. Some of them, some males are too hard to explore love languages. They just think, okay, we already here, so we here. It's like, it's not for me.
Bro, a lot of the times, I ain't gonna lie, like in my situation, how I was before, like, you don't even really know your love language sometimes until somebody show you, like, damn, you didn't even know this about yourself. You probably wasn't even getting nothing real before, but you don't even really know your love language until somebody actually show you, like, man, this is actually my love language. I think I might like this. And I know that happened to y'all before.
Yeah, and that's why mine switched.
Hey, one more question to y'all. Just want to get y'all perspective.
I ain't gonna lie, your voice, before you even asked, you just sounded like it was coming off venomous. Like, I just heard it in your tone, bro. It just sounded like you was about to, hey, one more question. This that venomous question. I feel it.
Me too.
Hey, what's one thing you want from a woman that you never get?
Ooh.
that's a tough one.
Whee!
That's a good one.
It could. Hey,
I
I'm,
gotta think
I'm
about
telling you, it's hot. It's hot.
That's
I gotta
spicy.
think about it. I
Hey,
gotta
that's
think
hot.
about it. Ladies, don't judge us. We just giving our 2 cents.
Authentic.
That boy spit out straight Diablo.
Caliente.
Straight Diablo,
Ghost
man.
pepper.
Nah, yeah. What thing you want from a woman that you never get? Ooh.
Hey, I just want to remind y'all, unfiltered, unbiased. Lay it on. Just lay it out.
Lay it on her.
Man, it's a good one. I'm just like, I gotta think. Like, I don't know.
Well, for me, I would say emotional respect. I feel like once you open up to a female, they use that as a tool or a weapon. for me. If I could get emotional respect from you, like I could tell you or speak on my feelings with you, and you take heed to that and trying to find a way to cure me or help me, then I'll rock with you the long way. But my dealings with females has always been telling the emotions, and then they feel like you a beta or less of.
I agree. I think that for me, one thing is like, yeah, like you said, Tati, that emotional affirmation.
Piggybacking off of what Tati said, this is not what I want. I'm just saying there's males out there who doesn't express their emotions and things like that simply for that fact, for the
Hmm.
fact that they know or they feel deep down or it happened to them before that somebody abused the fact that they told them the things that hurt them the most and things their emotions and
Yes,
that respect is much needed.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, you really asked a Diablo question. Like, I'm sitting over here like, dang, that's really a tough one. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You can't just say it. But if I had to say something, I'd probably say simplicity.
Dang, that's
Like, sometimes, we want to be simple. We'll keep it real simple. Maybe we want to chill in the crib, or maybe we just want to go to the park. We don't always want to go out and get drinks or go to this place or this and that house. Like, men are real simple. We are real simple.
like I order chicken tenders everywhere.
every time.
Exactly. Like, man, you want something to eat? Like, yeah, I'm gonna stop at Wendy's, grab. So, oh no, I want some wings. Dang. Like, I want to be a little simple this time. So I would say
That's
simplicity,
a good
dog.
one.
Like, that's the one thing I think, like, you would struggle to get
That's if you had to choose, though. That's why you chose it.
if I had to choose.
No, yeah, if I had to choose, yeah, definitely that's a good one too. Yeah, simplicity, man. I'm very simple. I just want to, some like life. Sometimes life is simple, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And you wanna, sometimes they be like, oh, I want to get out the box. Nah, listen, this time I want to be in the box.
Keep me right here.
Simplicity to me is something that's overlooked a lot because of the new generation of love. So if we haven't gotten that idea from our parents about, because think about it, our parents didn't do any of this overdoing of
Mm.
dating, and they lasted 20 plus 30 plus years.
Dating was simple back then. Yeah,
So now things evolve, technology evolved, things like that. The simplicity of dating is gone.
And like back in the days, a man's definition of dating is like sometimes him coming home to some dinner. Like, it's just dinner made for me. Oh, this me and my wife. Oh, this a date right here. Like, you don't have to go out and do this and that, yada yada yada. Like, a date could be very simple, especially back in them days. Times was a lot more simple.
that's the best thing right there. Coming home to that home cooked meal
You
hit
can't
my
beat that.
heart
You can't
differently.
beat that. Exactly. That hit my heart differently. Like, that hit my heart differently.
It ain't even got to be no top notch stuff either, man. As
Nothing.
long, as long as it's warm, I'm
Man, you could
satisfied.
have you could have made me some nuggets.
You feel? Hey, so spaghetti, I'm with it.
And what's one thing you ain't get you want from a woman that you won't get?
If I had to say, I like the simplicity one because I like to make things very simple. I don't like the extra stuff, especially like as you know as we get older. You know what I'm saying? I know we still young. Shout out to our youth, but as we get older, it's like, man, a lot of the stuff we go through in relationships could be a way more simplistic than it got to be. So I agree with you. I gotta agree with Drew. Like something I would have if I had to say, yeah, simplicity. Simplicity is key, especially like I said for men. Like we want to come home. We got that meal. Ooh, that meal just made our whole day. But for your woman, you got to make that extra effort. You got to go get them flowers. You got to go. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, y'all boys, this kitchen right here, this kitchen really turning up because I do have a question for you. So, like, I would see a lot of like long lasting relationships, like they'll end marriages, long marriages. They'll end, like, I'm talking 20 plus years long, 10 plus years or something like that, 15 years. So, like, I always wondered, do you think that men and females get tired of being with the same person over and over, or just overall?
Um, it's not a to me. It's not a again my perspective. It's not a tired thing. It's just one of the two in the relationship stop chasing, stop making it interesting. But if one person like if the male or the female constantly
Mm.
chases the woman like they did when they before they had them,
It should be no problem.
Yeah, I just feel like that. When it comes down to that, it's just a matter of when things when things begin to feel routine. That's when some tension might be created.
You
You know
might
what I'm
have to
saying? Because
spice
like,
it up.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. You wake up, you go to work, you come home from work, you get that meal. After you get that meal, you watch a little TV. After that, you go to bed. You do the same thing Monday through Friday. Then on Saturday, you so exhausted, so you don't want to do nothing. And it's like I said, become a routine, and it start to feel like you got a boring life. You know what I'm saying?
So if man get tired or a woman get tired of the same person, I would say it's based off of either the person being bored or not. Because everyone chases someone that brings excitement to their life. No one likes a boring person. However you want to put it. Oh, I love this person. Oh, I knew this person for this amount of years. But if someone else is introducing me to something that I never seen before, or showing me some type of experience that I never have done before, what you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna jump
Hmm.
at that quick.
nah. And I seen something where it says the woman you with may not have 100% of what you want, but another person can have that 10%. That
That's the 90-10 factor. I know what you're talking about.
so the 10%, the girl, the woman, or the other significant other, another other can have that 10% that the woman you with is missing, and you think the grass is greener because what you was missing is over here, and now you want to be here, but she only has that 10%, not the
Bro,
other
believe it or
90.
not, that happened more than anything.
No, yeah. So if we continue with that mindset, constantly it's constantly weird. Okay, yeah, we here, but we gotta sneak over here to get that 10%. And then we end up falling for that 10% and realizing that they missing that 90% and then try to get back over here to the 90% that your main had. And now you in a bond, now you stressing and
Hmm.
things like that.
I heard this saying. It says the act of connecting with someone deeply, you feel like you can see into their soul.
I take that personal because when I'm connecting with an individual, I want to connect deeply before anything else. So when when I'm talking to somebody or um, in a relationship with somebody, we need to have those deep conversations where tell me about your childhood, tell me what you want to do with your life, tell me your 5 year, 10 year, 15 year plan. Where do you see yourself? I need to know all those things in the process so I know, okay, I'm only supposed to be in their life for 5 years, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, somewhere in that range. So I won't overstay my welcome. Simply because even I can entertain you or encourage you to make you hit those factors, those 10 year, 5 year plans. But after that, my time here is done.
Yeah, I feel that, bro. Especially on the connection on the soul part. Like, yeah, you want to have a deep connection before anything, and like having those talks, you learn so much about your partner, especially like what we was talking about earlier, love language. You could learn so much about her love language on things that like she like to do or some things that she don't like to do. Instead of finding out the hard way, like you may do something that come to find out she hate. It's a pet peeve. And you do it and y'all got a whole argument, y'all mad for like a day or two. Instead of, when we have them conversations at the dates, for example, we have those conversations. I get to learn more about you and I already know what you don't like or know your love language. So it's a lot easier. So having a deep bond, deep connection, I feel that's mandatory actually in a real, long lasting relationship.
So intimacy is not purely physical.
Nah, I don't think so. It's not always physical. Sometimes it could just, it's like it's a feeling. We tied in, we locked in. Like You know how people be like, "Oh, that's my other half." Like some of us, we take that literally. So it don't always have to be a physical thing.
And it shouldn't be just physical. Because then now you get caught up on the sex, and
Hmm.
then once you take the sex away, the days that women don't want to have sex every day. So the days when she don't want to have sex, so now she's taking away your intimacy. Now you don't want to be there anymore.
And another thing, if you looking at like intimacy is like it has to be only physical, then you got to look at it like this: that can be replaced. Like you could go somewhere else and find that intimacy from somebody else.
Correct.
Whereas if it's like a deep connection or something more, you can't get that anywhere. Like you can't get another me out of him. You know, so you definitely can't look at it like it's just a physical aspect, or else you already behind.
I just feel like finding somebody who you vibe with, who make you laugh, who make life more enjoyable. I just feel like that's what it's all about, really. In the end, like everybody can't go to the top. Everybody ain't gonna be the 1%. Everybody ain't gonna. So find somebody who you really bond with. You know what I'm saying? Someone who make you laugh, someone who care about your day to day, who care about your health, who care about everything that you got going on. And who's willing to put their wants and needs to the side in order to prioritize your wants and needs. I feel like that's how you get a solid quality relationship.
Yeah, and get you somebody who like allows you to be 100% you. Like I ain't gotta fake it. I ain't gotta be nobody else. I don't gotta act like I'm this person when I'm around you, or I like this or I like that. Like I could be myself around you. I don't have to hide nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's still it's still people who you don't even want to fart in front of your significant other, and it's like, bro, like what you telling me? You walk out the room every time, yeah, you got to do that. I wake up next to my old lady. I open my mouth wide, like, yeah, you gonna smell this breath. You already know what time it is. This how it's gonna smell. Let's not sit here and act like, I'm supposed to have mango breath when I sleep for 8 hours.
No, yeah, I'm with that because I'm the type of person that I'm gonna give you me from day one, the real me. I ain't gonna fake it, sugarcoat anything.
We know that.
Oh, we know that, boy. You
Raw, uncut, and authentic.
and that's a certified male right there, for real.
Yes, sir.
Hey man, I'm glad we brought up this topic. I'm glad we had this
Real talk,
conversation.
man. Therapeutic
Well
again.
needed. Hopefully the peoples feel the same way. I'm glad we got each one of y'all perspective. It was a great
Me
topic to
too.
me.
Yeah, I love the topic, man. It's challenging too. It ain't no like, let me just answer this. Like, nah, you gotta really like, pick your brain type stuff. And it was like, like I said, we wasn't gonna give them no guru perspective. We don't know it all. I don't know it all. So I'm gonna
It's
just tell
just
you how I
us.
see it from my side. Yeah, this is me.
Yeah, we giving you our perspective, our 2 cents,
Uncut.
Raw.
and authentic.
Hey, it's your boy Jay.
And it's your boy Tati.
And you already know who it is. It's your boy Ant.
It's the one and only Drew.
Your mail has been delivered.